Guys, today I am making keto for foodies recipe. This is a creamy Dijon mustard pork chop. So my husband cut these pork chops for me. So you need pork chops, of course, and I have it cooking in avocado oil, salt and pepper. I have a heavy whipping cream, some white wine, and we have some Dijon mustard, which is the main ingredient. We also have some of my homemade stock that I made, and this is a poached garlic butter that I made. I can show you that if you would like me to. So here you just have to brown your pork chops on either side for about 5 to 6 minutes each side. And that is what I am doing. And again, this is from the Keto from Foodies, a cookbook. This is my favorite ultimate cookbook. And again, excuse the dishes in the background because I am busy cooking again today. Okay, so here I have already flipped my pork chops over. So I am again going to salt and pepper the other side. I had to turn my heat down a little bit. It was just a little too high for me. So we again are going to cook these on for about 4 to 6 minutes on this side. So I'm adding some fresh cracked black pepper, and this again is another easy recipe. I love these easy recipes, and pork chops are my favorite. I love to have pork chops, but with Dijon mustard creamy sauce, it is amazing. Okay guys, so I removed my pork chops. I have them sitting on a plate nearby. So these little bits is what is going to make your sauce the best. So now I am going to add my white wine, and I am going to scrape up all the little bits of my pork chops. So again, this is another simple meal. This is less than 30 minutes to actually make. I love cooking this way. It's one of my favorite things. I have my biggest meal at dinner because I save all my calories for dinner because I know I'm going to have a nice fresh meal. All right, so we're scraping here again. This is the amazing part. You don't want to miss out, and you don't want to throw away any of those nice tiny little bits. All right guys, so the next thing that we are going to add is I'm going to add a little more of my stock cubes. Okay guys, so what I am going to add now is some shallots. I had some in the freezer. I chopped them up previously and I put them in the freezer. So now we are just going to keep stirring this because we want to get up all those little bits. You don't want anything burning on the bottom. All right, and now I am going to cut some of this butter. This again is the poached garlic butter that I made the night before. And I don't measure. I'm terrible at measuring. I just add until I think it looks good or tastes good, either or. So I'm going to incorporate my butter and the garlic and the shallots all into my sauce. I'm adding a couple more of my cubes, and this cubes is my homemade broth. It's a chicken broth that I make. And then I believe the next thing that I'm going to add will be that Dijon mustard, because that is the star of the show, is the Dijon mustard. So I'm just making sure that everything is melting, incorporating really well, and it smells so good as I'm making it. It smells really, really good. The white wine and the shallots and that garlic butter, it just smells really good. Okay, and now I am adding that Dijon mustard, a few tablespoons of it. However, I think the next time I make it, I will be adding a little bit more. It was lacking a little bit of that Dijon flavor. So I think next time I will be adding more to it. The next day, I couldn't eat all the pork chops I made. So the next day, that sauce was even better than it was the day before. It was so good. I will be making that again. All right, I'm adding a little bit more salt and a little bit more cracked black pepper to it and just stirring and incorporating everything. And then here I will be adding the heavy cream. This will also thicken up my sauce, and it doesn't take very long for it to get all nice and thick and bubbly. So you just want to make sure that you keep stirring. And I also lowered the heat because I didn't want it bubbling over. And then the next thing you are going to do once this thickens a little bit is you will be adding your pork chops back in. And so that is what I'm doing, grabbing my pork chops right now, and I'm adding them back in one at a time, making sure that they get completely covered with the sauce. And then you are also going to, I added those juices back in, but you're going to cover this. You're going to completely cover it and cook it for another 5 minutes for it to get all the flavors of the Dijon mustard and all of that flavoring. It is so good. We will be having this again, definitely. So my dinner is all done. It came out, it looks really, really good. I cannot wait to try it. And again, this cookbook is Keto for Foodies, and that is by Nicole Downs. You could get this book on Amazon. That's where we got it. Our side tonight, we had a salad, which I'll show you a picture of that. It was a chef salad, lunch meat, or ham, salami, and provolone was in it. Very, very good. Stefano always makes a great salad. So this side is this cauli rice veggie. So it's a riced veggie cauliflower risotto, and it has asparagus in it and mushrooms in it, and I jazz it up. I always put a little bit of our own cheese in it. So we had a switch of plates because I got a phone call. All right, so the pork chop, and this is the Green Giant riced veggie cauliflower risotto mix. And like I said, I add cheese in it just to jazz it up a little bit. And if you are interested in this, don't forget to go over to Amazon, and this is a great cookbook. I highly recommend this one. All right, guys, like I always say, somehow, some way, I'll have an amazing day. You make your day amazing, and together, friends, we'll have an amazing day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.